Operation Overlord was launched on the 6th of June 1944. A 1,200 plane airborne assault preceded an amphibious assault involving more than 5,000 vessels. Nearly 160,000 troops crossed the English Channel. The Allies failed to accomplish their objectives for the first day, but gained a foothold that they gradually expanded. More than 2 million Allied troops were in France by the end of August. Despite all the losses, D-Day was a huge success. A secret US Army unit played a vital role in this successful Allied landing. Their story was kept secret for more than 50 years after the war, and it was declassified only in 1996. This was a 1,100-man strong tactical deception unit officially known as the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops. But the troops of the unit simply called it the Ghost Army. Their mission was to impersonate other Allied army units to deceive the enemy. Although the unit consisted of only 1,100 soldiers, the contingent used equipment such as dummy tanks and artillery, fake aircraft, and giant speakers broadcasting the sounds of men and artillery to make the German intelligence think it was upwards of a 30,000-man force. The unit's elaborate ruses helped deflect German units from the locations of larger Allied combat units. In civilian life, ghost soldiers had been artists, architects, actors, set designers, and engineers. They were encouraged to use their brains and talent to mislead the German army. The visual deception arm of the Ghost Army was equipped with inflatable tanks, cannons, jeeps, trucks, and airplanes that the men would inflate with air compressors and then camouflage imperfectly so that the enemy area reconnaissance could see them. The sonic deception team went to Fort Knox to record sounds of armored and infantry units onto a series of sound records that they brought to Europe. For each deception, sounds could be mixed to match the scenario they wanted the enemy to believe. This program was recorded on state-of-the-art wire recorders and then played back with powerful amplifiers mounted on half-tracks. These sounds were audible 25 kilometers away. The radio deception team of the unit created phony traffic nets, impersonating the radio operators from real units. The operators mimicked a departed operator style so that the enemy would not detect that the real unit and its radio operator were long gone. The unit often employed theatrical effects to supplement the other deceptions. For example, some personnel would dress as divisional generals and staff officers visiting towns where enemy agents or scouts were likely to see them. In July of 1944, they tricked the enemy about where General George S. Patton was headed, helping him to race across France and smash much of the German army. In September of 1944, they held a dangerously undermanned part of Patton's line as he was attacking the fortress city of Metz. During the Battle of Bulge in December, they conducted a radio deception that helped draw German attention away from the effort to relieve Bastogne. And in March of 1945, they put on a dazzling deception along the River Rhine, their biggest ever, that drew the enemy away from a real crossing site by the Ninth Army. By June of 1945, the unit was on its way home after having served with 4 US armies through England, France, Luxembourg, Belgium and Germany. The Ghost Army staged more than 20 deception operations in these cities and countries, often operating dangerously close to the front lines. Its complement was more theatrical than military, noted the unit's official history. It was like a traveling roadshow that went up and down the front lines, impersonating the real fighting outfits. The soldiers of the unit frequently put themselves in danger, suffering casualties as a consequence. 3 Ghost Army soldiers were killed and dozens wounded, carrying out their missions till the end of the war.